going on, guys? This is Andy with Duncanville Bookstore, and we are doing another unboxing video. This is a collection that we picked up earlier in the day. It is an original owner collection, and it is all Silver Age books. The newest one in here is 1962, and it goes all the way up through the late 60s. There's about 200 issues here. There are not full runs, and they are not in the greatest shape. But it is pretty cool. I did get to spend time with the original owner, him and his wife. I spent over an hour at their house going through the books, talking about storylines and things like that. He and his sister picked these books off of the rack whenever they had extra money, and they actually chose pretty well. There's some pretty cool books in here that I'm going to show you. We're going to go through most of, or matter of fact, we'll go through all the Silver Age books. There's a very, very small amount of modern age books that we're not gonna mess with, but most everything that we have pulled are part of the original owner Silver Age collection. We have already gone through and rebagged and boarded them. They have not been processed. Other than that, we went ahead and put them in bags and boards because he only had them in bags. So we gave it a little more support and a little more protection because we're going to be handling it on putting some up on the wall, putting some down on the table. So we wanted to make sure that we didn't damage the comics any further than they already are. Most of the conditions on these books are going to be anywhere from 3.0s to 6.0s. There might be a few that are going to be a little better. There's one in particular that's in pretty decent shape that is a nice key issue. There's also one in here that is lower grade than what I would have liked to have seen it, but it is what it is. It's actually the oldest book in the collection. And we believe it is probably one of the first comics that he ever bought. Like I said, he and his sister are the ones that accumulated this. This is all Marvel. He does have some DC that he told me today that he may end up going through, but he was ready to part with the Marvel books. And to be honest with you, I think we're quite fortunate to be able to get them. All right, I am going to go through. We're going to go and let you know what they are. I do not have grades on anything. I do not have prices on anything. This is strictly an unboxing. If you do have any questions or there's something you can interested in, you're more than welcome to contact us and ask about it. It'll take a few weeks for these. All of these have to have page counts and strict grading on it. The keys will have to have a second set of eyes put on it so we can come to a consensus on the grade. I am planning on having these ready probably within the next 2 to 3 weeks. You may see some of them on a live show. The majority of the better books you will probably end up seeing on the wall at our show in the beginning of March up in Allen, Texas at Retro Expo. I think it'll make it a nice addition to that show. So, all right, let's go through. Let's take a look and see what all we've got. So, you got Amazing Adventures number 7. You got a pretty cool Neal Adams cover. You got Amazing Spider-Man 37. This is the only Ditko issue that was in here. Then you have the Amazing Spider-Man 39. This is the beginning of the Romita Sr. run. It is also the classic Green Goblin storyline. Not only did he have number 39, but he had the companion issue of issue 40. This is the death of Green Goblin. Never fear, he gets better. But it is a classic story. He also had Amazing Spider-Man 41, the first appearance of Rhino. Pretty cool. Amazing Spider-Man 42, which is the first full appearance of Mary Jane. Put that one down here. And then you got Amazing Spider-Man 43 with a Rhino appearance. 44 is the Lizard. 45 is a classic yellow cover. Always enjoyed those. Then it skips to 52. 53, like I said, these are not full runs because he only was able to buy them when him and his sister had extra money. 54, where Dr. Octopus. 55. 65. 65, all good. Romita Sr. Artwork. 75, I always love that cover. Get 113 with Dr. Octopus. Get a couple of annuals. You get annual number 6 and annual number 4 with Human Torch. Alright, so that's it for the Spideys. Alright, next batch up is the Avengers. First one is Avengers number 8. It's first appearance of Kang. Of course, he's in the Marvel movies right now. Then you got Avengers 21, the first appearance of the original Power Man. You got 27, 28, 30, 31, 32. Actually got a second copy of 32. I would imagine, he said there was a little bit of duplication because him and his sister would not necessarily talk about what they got, so they would end up buying duplicates. So you got 33, 34 with the living laser, Avengers 35, 36, 43, which is the first Red Guardian, 44, 45 with the Super Adaptoid, 46, got 68, which is a great cover. Here. Avengers 81, Avengers Annual number 1, and then Avengers Annual number 2. Like I said, these are going to be good, solid reader copies. These are not, or the majority of them are not going to fall apart in your hand. I think people will enjoy them once they see them. Captain Marvel 16, this is the first appearance of the new costume. 17 is first cover appearance of the new costume. You got 18. You've got 21, which is Captain Marvel versus the Hulk. Got Chamber of Darkness number 1. Conan the Barbarian at number 5. Alright, and then you start the Daredevil run. There's actually a pretty decent amount of Daredevil books in here. The first one is Daredevil number 7. So you got, not only do you have the Submariner appearance, but that's also the appearance of the red costume. 1 through 6 featured the yellow costume, and this is the first red costume. I believe it's also got Wally Wood art. And then he's got Daredevil number 16, which is the first time John Romita Sr. actually drew Spider-Man. Spider-Man has an appearance in the book. Romita Sr. was doing a small stint on Daredevil, and that's the first time that they drew. He got the opportunity to draw Spider-Man. Alright, then you got the Daredevil number 20. You got Daredevil 21. Got 22. 23 featuring Gladiator. 31. 33 with the Beetle. 34. Daredevil 43 with Captain America. 56. 57. 78. 95. And Daredevil Annual number 1. He mentioned to me that whenever he stopped collecting, he would go back in time and again and pick up some issues just to kind of check up on comics. He always enjoyed reading comics and collecting comics and whatnot. So that's why you start seeing there's a few 15 and 20 centers, but the majority of it is 12 centers. All right, now the Fantastic Four run. You got FF18, which is the first Super Scroll. It is one of the lower grades, but it's also obviously a little older. So I think that's how the condition. He was a little younger and didn't quite take care of some of the older books as nice as we would have liked to have seen, but still complete. Still a good way to get a key issue. Fantastic Four 43. Of course, all of these are Stan Lee and Jack Kirby. There's actually 2 copies of Fantastic Four 44, which is the first Gargon, part of the Inhumans. Got a second Inhuman. And then you've got what is probably the best book in the entire lot. It is a solid copy of Fantastic Four 48. That's the first appearance of Silver Surfer. It's also the first cameo of Galactus. It's the classic storyline where Silver Surfer comes to Earth, decides that he wants the Earth to be spared, tries to dissuade Galactus from eating the Earth. Ultimately, the Fantastic Four and Silver Surfer prevail, and he gets banished to Earth, exiled to Earth, while Galactus moves on to find his next meal. So then, after 48, it jumps to Fantastic Four 53, which is the second Black Panther. It's also the origin of Black Panther. Got Fantastic Four 54 with the Inhumans. There's 2 copies of FF58. One of them's a little better than the other. FF56 with the claw appearance. FF57 with the Doom. 58 with Dr. Doom. 59 with Black Bolt. Alright, and then the next one up is Fantastic Four 66, which is the first cameo appearance of him who would later turn into Warlock. So not only did he have 66, he also had 67, which is the first full appearance of him. Then FF 68, 69, then it jumps to 89, 90, 91, 92, jumps to 104, then it jumps by almost a decade to 218. Then you got FF Annual number 4. And FF Annual number 5. It's got a Silver Surfer story in it. Alright, next one is The Incredible Hulk, which features the oldest book that is in the collection. You actually had an Incredible Hulk number 3. Now there again, it's the worst condition. It is complete. We went through, we flipped through it, and it is all there. This one is fragile. You have to be careful with it, whoever ends up buying it, but it is a good placeholder. Early Hulk books are extremely difficult to find. Alright, Incredible Hulk 108. 109 with Kazar. 115. 118. 120. 121. 159 with the Abomination. And the last Hulk book is Incredible Hulk Annual #1 with the Steranko cover. That's the classic cover that Steranko did for Incredible Hulk. You've probably seen that image on quite a bit. A lot of homage covers on that one. It's extremely popular. Alright, so you got Iron Man at #18. It was real light on Iron Mans. There's only a few. Iron Man 34. That's the only 2 Iron Mans that are in there. Then you got Journey into Mystery 110. Of course, the Journey into Mysteries featured the Thor stories. You got 111. Got 119. 121 with Absorbing Man. 122. Got Kazar #3 featuring a Spider-Man appearance. Alright, and then you've got a stack of 60s reprints of earlier Marvel books. So you got Marvel Collector's Item #4, or actually Marvel Collector's Item Classics #4 and #5. There's 2 copies of #5. And then there's more reprints in here as well. The cool thing about the reprints is that's the cheapest way to be able to get some of the older books. If your budget doesn't allow you to buy, you got 3 or 4, maybe as many as 5 reprints per book. Back in the day, it cost $0.25, but it is way cheaper than what it would be to actually go out and get the issues. You got one at Marvel Premiere at #6, featuring Doctor Strange. You got Marvel Superheroes #1, featuring the reprint of Daredevil #1. There again, another reprint book. Marvel Superheroes 22 with Daredevil and X-Men reprints. Marvel Superheroes 23. Got Marvel Tales #2. #4. #20. 23. And #24. Then you got Marvel Team Up #4 featuring Spider-Man and X-Men. That's always a classic issue. Always sought after. And it's also a good read. Not Brand Ek #3, which is a parody book. Sergeant Fury #87. Alright, and then you've got Silver Surfer #1. This is the premiere of his solo title. These are oversized, more bang for your buck, cost you $0.25, but you got quite a few pages. Always a good one. You got Silver Surfer #2. Then it jumps to #6. Got #8. And you've got #9. Alright, you got Strange Tales at 125 featuring Submariner versus The Thing. You got Strange Tales 126, which introduces Dormammu. Strange Tales 147, which has a Nick Fury story featured on the cover. You got Doctor Strange on the cover of Strange Tales 148. They start alternating, so Nick Fury is on 149. There's actually 2 copies of 149. Got Strange Tales 151. Strange Tales 160. Strange Tales 161, where Captain America teams up with Nick Fury. 163. 174 with Doctor Strange. And then you got 164. We got those out of order. But that's alright. Alright, next one is Submariner number 16. Got Submariner number 18, featuring Triton, part of the Inhumans. Got number 28. You got annual number 1 for Submariner. Alright, you got a copy of Tales of Asgard number 1. Alright, and then he was fortunate enough to pick up a copy of Tales of Suspense number 57. This is the first appearance of Hawkeye. Even before the movies, this was an extremely difficult book to find. You just didn't see the first appearance of Wasp, you didn't see Hawkeye, you didn't see Black Widow, you didn't see Thanos. There's actually, it's easier to find today than I would say it was to find it 15 years ago, because the movies have had people digging in their collection, bringing out stuff to sell. So then you got Tales of Suspense 71, featuring Iron Man and Cap. 75. 78, which features a Captain America and Nick Fury crossover. You got 180, Tales of Suspense 80, which is the first, I believe it's the first Cosmic Cube. If it's not, it's a classic Cosmic Cube story with Red Skull. Got 81. Got 82. There's actually a couple of copies. Got 83. Got 84, which is the first Super Adaptoid. Kind of crazy character. Got Tales of Suspense 85, featuring the Mandarin. '86. Got issue number 94, which is the first appearance of MODOK. Always a popular one around here. '95. And Tales of Suspense number 96. Alright, next up is the Tales to Astonish run. He was also fortunate enough to get the first issue where they had the double features where Hulk came on board. The issue before, in issue 59, he fights Giant Man. In issue 60, they have half the book is a Giant Man story, half the book is an Incredible Hulk story. They will phase Giant Man out of the book shortly, and Submariner will take over. Here's another Hulk Giant Man. This is Tales to Astonish 62. And by the time he picked up 71, Submariner is in. And all these double feature books, it alternates covers. So you got Tales to Astonish 72. 73 has a Hulk cover. 74, Submariner. 75's got the Hulk. 77. 80. Tales to Astonish 82, which features a Submariner versus Iron Man. They will pick that storyline up. little bit later on. You got Tales to Astonish 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, then it skips to 95, 96, and 98. All right, and then you got the Thor run. You got Thor 129, 130. These Thor books are some of my favorite Kirby art. He was just on fire during this part of his run. Thor 131. His imagination was absolutely turned loose. Thor 132, which I believe is the first cameo for Ego. 133 is the first full Ego. 134 is one of the Celestials, I believe. 135. 136, 137, 144, classic cover for Thor 145, 146, 156, 157, 169 is the Galactus storyline. 190, Thor Annual number 2. Alright, and the last batch that we have here, which might be my favorites outside of the Spider-Man, is the X-Men bunch. So, alright, first up is X-Men number 13. This is the second appearance of Juggernaut. So that one is in there. Then you got X-Men 14, first appearance of the Sentinels. Super cool book. X-Men 22. 24. 25. 26. The reintroduction of the Mimic in 27. X-Men at number 28, first appearance of Banshee. X-Men 34. The classic X-Men 35, Along Came a Spider. It's the Spider-Man crossover. X-Men number 36. 37. 38. And then last but not least, it jumps, but it is a cool jump to issue number 60, the first Sauron. Alright, that is all the books that were in the original owner collection that we picked up today. We've got another unboxing video that we will probably do within the next couple of days and hopefully get posted up right after we get this one posted. We actually, on the weekend that we were able to pick all this up, it was actually a 3-day period of time. We picked up 4 different collections. We're going to try to do a video for all 4. We already did one of the videos. This is video number 2. We're hoping to be able to get the other 2 done by the end of the week that we're in and get those posted up. That usually takes Dan about a week to get all the editing done and everything else. But look for those over the next couple of weeks. When you see this one pop up, know that there should be 2 more right behind it. Once we get the videos up, then we will have already started processing a lot of the books that you're seeing. These should come out within the middle to, well, we're in the middle of the month now, so you're looking at the end of January, 1st of February before these are going to get completely processed. The big books will be on the wall in March, 1st of March, if you're in the DFW area and you come see us at Retro Expo. You can see the FF48 and things like that there. So, all right, guys, have a great evening. Thanks for joining us. Remember, if you have any questions about anything, please contact us. Keep an eye on our Instagram and Facebook pages. Like the videos whenever you see them. Make comments. Interact with us. Help push our videos up to the top of the feeds if you can. We certainly appreciate it. We hope everybody stays safe and healthy, and we will catch y'all next time. Have a good one, guys.